Good morning. Happy Friday. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing wonderful, and I hope you're going to have a great Friday, an amazing weekend. We actually have a 3-day weekend down here because it's Teachers Planning Day, so some of us get to spend a little more time with our kids on Monday. So I'm super excited about that. I do apologize for not having one on Monday or Wednesday. I have not been feeling so good, and I've been burning the candle at both ends, and I am just a little stressed out this week. But my coffee today, my brain juice, is not coffee. It is hot tea. And it's actually in a mug that is from my mother. Thank you, Mom. Love you. And it says, with God, all things are possible. And I got to tell you, I live by this every single day. And today we have English breakfast tea, and it is delicious. It's actually the Twinings English breakfast tea, and it is, oh, it's amazing. It's really smooth. It's got a great taste. I like a little bit of cream in my tea, but that is what I have today is hot tea. So we're going to try and get through this, pardon the voice, pardon the nasally thing going on today. We're going to talk super quick about newborn photography. One last thing real quick before we move on is make sure you go to my Facebook page. On my Facebook page, make sure you like it and follow it, and you can play some of these games we've been playing lately. I've been doing a ton of giveaways, and it's been so much fun. Today I will actually do 2 if I get at least 15 likes on this video. That's really super easy and not too hard to do. So let's make sure and make that happen, and I will give away 2 cool prizes today, and we'll play 2 games. Probably 12 o'clock will be the first one, between 12 and 12:30. Some of you have sent me messages saying you're not usually you go to lunch at 12, but you don't get to log in about 12:15. So we'll park around 12:15, 12:30. I'll go ahead and run the game for you guys. Okay, newborn photography. My rule of thumb with newborns is within the first 10 days, you need to bring me the child. Okay, pretty easy. 10 days, get a 10-day window. In order for me to get those beautiful newborn shots where they're, posing or whatever, the easiest way for me to move them around and get them in that very gentle phase sleep without looking stressed is the first 10 days. Pretty easy. If you want the baby to have the itty bitty baby pictures, there's the first 3 to 4 days. The sooner the better, because they seem to sleep really soundly. Now, there's always going to be issues, colic and stuff like that. If you have one of those babies, you need to wait a little bit longer to see how they adjust. That's perfectly fine. I just personally don't guarantee the sleeping baby pictures past 10 days. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Also, you need to talk to your photographer. Professional photographer is going to have a little bit of a rule to tell you what to do. Mine is, do not feed your child. Please don't feed the baby until you get to the studio. Or if I'm going to your house and we're doing a home session, I'll give you a window of time. Okay, that way the baby has plenty of time to relax, and when they eat, they go into that nice deep sleep so that they're really, really easy to move around. They'll stay sound asleep for a lot longer. Okay, that being said, make sure you have plenty of bottles if you're bottle feeding, or be prepared to feed your child so that everything runs nice and smooth for you. Make sure you have anything your photographer has asked you to bring. If there's any trinkets or any kind of names or how you have them on the walls, anything that you possibly may want in your session, make sure you have those readily available and you don't say, oh my gosh, I forgot it. Okay, so make a checklist. You're going to be sleep deprived and that's going to happen. Hey, Bail. So make sure that you have all of that. So there's the Bail. So that you can, hi baby, so that you can go ahead and have things run super smoothly. If you follow some of these directions, you'll find out how quickly and seamlessly your session will run. You also need to have trust in your photographer. A professional photographer that deals with newborn photography is going to have experience with babies, okay? Especially if it's your first child. I most likely am going to be more comfortable with that child, holding that child, than you are. I realize a child is not going to break. You're a new parent. It's a natural instinct. You're going to think the child's going to break, and you may freak out when I hold it with one hand, and I am always careful. Knock on wood, I have never dropped a child yet. and I don't have any intentions of it. There are plenty of safety precautions that I use when I'm working with children in general, but especially newborn photography. I always make sure my hands are sanitized, the environment is clean and ready. My environment is always warm. That way it stays nice and warm and comforting for the child. I even at some point, there's the buka, even at some point might even use a heater. Everything is sanitized down. All of my linens are fresh and washed. Just make sure that the environment you're going to take your baby into is that. Back to the trust thing. If you are relaxed and you are controlled, so will be your baby. Okay? Without some of the other exceptions of colic and not feeling good and all that stuff. But if you get tense and you get upset, your child can sense that. So trust your photographer. Trust that this is going to be a nice experience. And if you enjoy it, then chances are your child's going to feel that too. Another thing on that note, really quick, please. Please don't hold your baby 24/7 when they're born. I know it's exciting, you have a brand new baby, but it becomes very difficult for your photographer because when you hold your child 24/7, the child's not used to being put down. So when you bring them to us and we decide to try and use them, we have to put them down. We have to take our hands off of them in order to do the photography. They're not used to that, and that can cause issues. So if you're going to be having newborn photography done, please make sure that you let your child be okay with, not being held 24/7 or having someone touch them all the time. On that note, we talked about making sure you have everything that you want for your session. Take notes, make sure you have any kind of trinkets or toys or backing kind of things that you want to incorporate in there so that we can move it rapidly. Your photographer will most likely go really quick, and that way we can assure the sleeping baby pictures. With me, 2 to 3 days is the best because you get the tiny baby. After then, they do start to put on weight really quick, so no more than 10 days. You guys be secure with your photographer. Know that we have only you and your children's best interest. If something does go awry, please don't freak out. I have been peed on, pooped up, thrown up on, hair pulled, and it has been disaster with some of the newborns because they are not into having their pictures done. It is okay. We are not mad at you. We do not hold you responsible. It is going to happen. All we ask is that you don't freak out. Most photographers will have 2 or 3 change of clothes. I remember at my studio I used to have quite a few in the back, and it happens. Parents, same thing goes though. If you're having your pictures done, be prepared because you may be peed on, pooped on, thrown up on. It's going to happen. So maybe make sure you have an extra shirt or a second option for what you're wearing. It is completely natural. They're a child. Your photographer will know an average time frame of when they eat to when the body is going to give it back to you. If there is medicine that the child needs, if they have colic or anything like that, also please make sure you have that as well. Again, one more thing with the trust. If your baby starts to get upset, I'm speaking from my experience. Trust me that I can pick your child up and I can bounce your child comfortably. I am this far from where I'm shooting them at. Maybe this far. So it's easier for me to pick them up, bounce them, love them, talk to them, whisper to them, and put them back down versus you jumping up off the couch, running over there, grabbing the child from me because it's going to be a game. They cry, you come. Let them be okay. Okay, that's just a little tiny hint tidbit for that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the photographers around me will be okay with bouncing your child, whispering to your child. You don't go into newborn photography if you don't love and absolutely endear the children. So that being said, it's pretty simple. Enjoy it. Relax. A lot of my parents go back and sit on the couch and they're like, okay, I'm going to kick my feet up here for a little bit. You've got this side handled. I'll say I'll get you when it's time for you guys to come be in the pictures. So relax, feed the child when you're told to feed the children or the child. Be prepared to feed multiple times if you have to. Don't freak out if the situation doesn't run smoothly. They will sense your stress. Okay? Enjoy your photography. And that's about it. We're done. So live, love, laugh, smile, and have a great day. Have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you on Monday. Make sure you go to my Foster's Photography page on Facebook and like and follow it, and that way you can play some of these games and win some really cool prizes. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Bye.